Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Coding Challenge with Binary Life. If you are new to this channel, this is a channel that teaches new developers how to code, and they see how the thinking process is done and how solution is brought to life. Today we're going to be solving Leetcode 674, the longest continuous increasing subsequence. The concept, without reading all of that, is very simple. This is an array of numbers. We want the longest increasing subsequence, like moving from 1, 3, 5. That's a sequence that goes gradually in an increasing manner. There are 3 elements there, and then it drops to 4 and then increase to 7. So there are 2 increasing subsequence, 1, 3, 5 and 4, 7. So the highest one is 3. That's it. Now this one, there is no increasing subsequence, everything is constant, so it's 1. Now is there another example? Well, this is already good to demonstrate. So what am I going to do? First of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a subarray. Let me call it sequence counts. Sequence counts array, something like that. That array is going to contain, in my particular thinking scenario, that array is going to contain 3 for this first case and 2, meaning I'm going to be looping through this original array and counting and depicting the subsequences. When I arrive at 5, I'm going to count as the first subsequence. I'm going to insert 3 inside here, and then I'm going to get 4 and 7. I'm going to insert 2 inside here. At the end of the day, I'm going to get from the subsequence count which is the greatest. I'm going to return 3. So that's the role of this array. Now I'm going to create another temporary array that will be doing the counting for me incrementally as I'm looping from one number to a number. Let me just call it count, and it's going to start at 1, because whatever the case, when there's an element inside the array, it's going to be 1, because there's at least 1 occurrence. And we can get that from the array. The number starts from 1 to a very large number, so there will always be something in that array, in the nums here, so we can be sure our count can start at 1. Alright, now I'm going to loop over this array to start counting my subsequence. So I'm going to create a for loop. I start at 0, the very first element, and while we are not yet arrived at the end, right up to the length incrementally, what am I going to do? I am going to check if the number ahead, that's I plus 1, is greater than the number that we have right now, the ith element. If that's the case, that means we are increasing, so I'm going to increment this. So inside count, I'm going to increment it by 1. Else, if it's not incrementing, like when we arrive this case 5 and 4 is not going to increment, what am I going to do? It's going to show me a sign that I've just arrived the end of an increasing subsequence. So I'm going to take count and insert inside sequence counter. So inside sequence counter array, I am going to push the count. Sorry about that. I'm going to push the count, and then I'm going to bring back count to 1 to start a new sequence. Right at the end of this for loop, if I console log this sequence counter, what do I get? Right, this is my initial array. I get 3 and 2 because there is a subsequence of 3 elements. There's another one of 2 elements, so I'm going to return the maximum from there. So I'm going to return the maximum from that sub array, which is like this, math.max of I'm going to do the spread operator and spread all the elements of that sequence counter here and get the maximum. I can comment my console log and let's commit our code. Right, it seems like everything is good. Let's do the final submission. Yeah, it's all good. Right, so we are good to go. Let's just do like a rapid walkthrough, like in my like I do in every solution. I just check if there is somebody that has something better or another alternative so that we can all learn. I just need to click on solution here, or maybe discussion. A little bit have a little of a little slow internet connection. Now at solution you can read like approaches to it. Now here at discussion you can see what other people have committed. Let's look for JavaScript O to the N. It looks like a faster solution. So here he just does a rapid check to ease the loop. If we have just one element in the array, we just return one. That's very quick. We just nail that one and put aside, and then we have our counter and our max. It just look like our own. So if the element ahead is greater than the one behind, then our counter increases. If not, we bring it back to one. That's the same. It's the same thing basically. All right, let's go here. Let's go back if we can see something else. Dynamic programming a little bit complex. I'm looking for very easy languages that easy to understand, like Python. Yeah, let's go to Python. It is still the same thing. Like if the element ahead is bigger than the one behind, then we increment the counter. This should be the counter Z. That's it. Here he just keeps tracking the max on starring, but it's the same scenario. He keeps tracking the max so that res here always has one element. His res here is the equivalence of our subsequence of our sequence count array, if you wish. So but we had a sub array, but he has decided to have a number. That's why he always has to keep the max at all times here, but it's the same scenario. So I'm going to stop here for today, and don't forget to subscribe so that you can get notifications of further solving challenges, as we're going to be solving hundreds and hundreds of them in the coming days. Please subscribe, comment, and you can bring your own solutions to the comment. Thanks for watching.